Hi guys, this is another quick unedited video follow-up to my last week's video on Coppa, the FTC, and YouTube, and what does it mean to our channels and the future of our channels. First of all, I'm just going to go over a few questions and comments I've seen over on my video and other videos regarding the situation. Some people are asking, is this going to affect me if my channel is monetized or non-monetized? Yes. FTC will still be looking at content that is child friendly or attractive or made specifically for kids, regardless if it's monetized or not, because YouTube still brings and collects information from minors. The second one is, will I get fined if I can't be fined if I'm not in the United States? Did more research on that, some more videos, and yes, that is true. If you do not live in the United States, you will not be fined. They cannot fine you. However, they can have YouTube delete your videos or delete your account altogether if it's a big enough channel making big enough revenue, contributing in a higher state of collecting data from minors and having YouTube and yourself making money off minors. Basically, what this comes down to, and I wasn't clear enough in my last video, is not the fact that you're in general posting kid content. They don't care that you post kid content. They care if you're helping YouTube generate data and collect data from minors and make money off minors. If YouTube forces personalized ads to minors, you're making money off of it and they're making money off it. That is the general rule, what they're going after. Another question was, are they really going to hit you with a $42,000 fine? Doing more research, watching more videos, getting more clarification from the FTC in the last week, that is their maximum fine. The way the fines are going to work, from how I understand and from other channels that have been posting videos since then, is the fines are on a sliding scale. If you're a bigger channel in our community or in any other community that generates a lot of revenue from their channel, you are going to get hit probably with the maximum. Smaller channels will be hit on a percentage scale. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, but obviously if you're only making $100 off your channel a month, you might get hit with a $10, $15, $20 fine. At that point, the FTC probably won't care. What does it mean for the bigger channels? The FTC can't just sue you for that $4,200. They have to take you to court to get that fine. So therefore, they have to build a clear-cut case against you that you are making content for kids. In our hobby, that's more difficult because all the boxes, all the recommendations stay 14 and above. If you look in your analytics, like Sparky's video said and other people's video said, we hardly have any under 13-year-olds watching. Now, sadly, their cutoff for the age analytics is 13 and up, so we can have a clear picture. But when I check my analytics for the life of my channel, it's like under 0.2%. But again, how many kids are watching on their parents' accounts watching our videos? So that's another thing FTC will look at. Now, the biggest thing that came out of all of this over the past week is that lawyers and channels that were looking into the FTC policies and guidelines, the FTC does have a general audience exemption. Many hobbies would fall under the general audience exemption. So what is a general audience? Is where you have content that primarily targets an age group, but however is attractive to all ages. So model trains is primarily attractive to teenagers and adults. However, some kids under the age of 13 like trains. So by default, some kids under that age threshold will watch our channels. Therefore, we fall under that general audience guideline, and the FTC won't really go after us. So what does this mean us going forward? We still have to be vigilant, we still have to be careful, and we still have to follow YouTube's guidelines of marking our videos kid-friendly or not kid-friendly, and our channels kid-friendly or not, or adult-oriented. Basically, what YouTube has done, they did not want the general audience tab. They just wanted clear-cut, yay or nay, to cover their ass and also for generating revenue. Because the general audience tab can still be basically looked over by the FTC, and the FTC can still do a final checks and balance if this channel is really general audience or if it's really kids. So YouTube does not want to play in gray areas. They just want to see it black or white, kids or non-kids. So that's how they're screwing us. So that general tab does not, general audience whole clause in the FTC does not apply to us because YouTube doesn't care to go that way. So what does this all mean? With the clarifications of the FTC over the last 1 week of people looking into it and getting more clarification, the FTC updating the frequently asked questions page, go into that, find that, read that over. Basically, the thing that's screwing us as creators over more is it seems less likely the FTC is doing it to us, it is YouTube doing it to us. YouTube is covering their ass for their egregious law breaking of collecting data from minors and making money off of them, like most businesses would. Now they're passing the buck onto us. So again, we still have to be vigilant, and we still have to be mindful and follow YouTube's policies. Why is this important? If you watched the last video of Derral Eves, I will post it to you underneath in my description below. Read over the new guidelines in terms of service that's coming out and being effective as of December 10th. There's a couple important sections in the new guidelines where it involves YouTube without warning, without an appeal process, and having the ability to delete your channels and accounts as of December 10th based on the free following criteria. And I'm just going to go over these criteria in general. You can read them in the terms of services, and I encourage you guys to do so. Number one is, if you do not follow the FTC Coppa guidelines to a T, checking your videos as kids friendly or adult, or your channel, and continue to do so, at any point they can delete your channel. If they find you in violation of Coppa, they can decide to delete your channel. If you have a channel that's vulgar, derogatory, racist, violent, goes against any of the YouTube non-family oriented guidelines, they could delete your channel. However, the most scariest new clause that they can delete your channel is basically falls under their corporate financial realm. Basically, the third one is if they deem that your channel is not financially and revenue viable for the platform, they can delete your channel. So what does that mean to our small channels that are not monetized, or the ones that are monetized but are not generating a lot of revenue for yourself, therefore YouTube? Is YouTube going to be deleting a bunch of channels before January 1st and between December 10th? Derral Eves is under impression that they will probably do that. On one hand, to basically make them more money by not having to paying out to channels that have smaller sub bases and lower monetization, and two, what they want to do, what Derral Eves thinks they want to do is they want to get rid of as many channels to be Coppa compliant. So if we're not doing our due diligence and marking our videos appropriately, or they find our channels too vague, they might just delete them to save the hassle and the problems. So what does that mean for my channel in particular? Like stated in the last video, I'm not deviating from my plan. I'm still focusing on making this channel as much as adult oriented as possible. So I'm still going to forego the unboxings, the mail calls, the reviews of locos, and any train running or operations on my layout. I'm just focusing on how-to modeling and the updates to my layout, keeping it as non-kid friendly as possible. Now, will kids still watch it? Probably, but I'm kind of safer that way. But what I've also have done, I've created a new Facebook group, which will be in the description below. It's a private group. I added some people already that are fellow YouTube modelers and friends in the hobby to start the group. It's called the Perry Sound Subdivision. It's gonna chronicle my layout, and it's gonna link YouTube videos of my layout, but like anything running, mail calls, reviews, and stuff like that will be on the Facebook group, which is closed. So you have to basically ask to join. This way I can control my age group watching it. Thus, when the FTC starts going after Facebook, I'm much more safe because it's a closed environment. So anyways, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going more into the details of the Perry Sound subdivision in my next video, why I decided to go with that name, and what does that mean for the layout. So anyways, guys, if you have any more questions to this or concerns, please put comments down below. But like always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.